Hello there. So I'm going to show us very quickly how you generate bills using our NextCounsel system. Now, the first thing to do, of course, would be to log into the system using your unique username and password. Let me just do that very quickly. Once logged in, generating bills is one of the easiest things you can do on the system and only requires a couple of steps, which I'm going to show us now. The first thing to do would be to select time and billing on the dashboard. Once you select time and billing, go ahead and select bills, then select new bill on the right hand side of the page. You have to, of course, select the client that you want to generate a bill for. So let's just client NextCounsel. All the matters for this client are automatically populated, so you could select whichever one you want to generate this invoice for. Then select the start date. So you can go as far back as you want when generating a bill to pull as many entries as you like for a particular period of time. Then the end date, which you can also backdate or leave as the date for today as you wish. Put in the bill currency. Now, the bill currency and the payment type are automatically populated based on the payment information you put in for this client and matter during creation. So I changed the rate to say $3.50 to $1 since the bill is in dollars, and I get form. Now, all the entries made for this particular period of time, all the R entries and expense entries made for this period of time are automatically pulled and are shown underneath as seen here. Above this, we have all the previous invoices or bills that have been generated for this client, and I can see the amount that the invoice incurred, the date, and who generated this invoice. Now, the system allows anyone you want within the firm to generate bills, but you'd have to let us know so we could program it accordingly. It could be that your lawyers have access to generating bills, and it could also be that only the accountant has access to generating bills. All this can be programmed into the system as you wish. So you have the entries, all our entries. Now we can see the serial number, the title of the activity. This person prepared and reviewed court processes. The hourly rate for this lawyer is $450 per hour. This is how many hours this lawyer spent working on this activity. This is how much it came to. This is the date. Is it a time entry and expense? This is a time entry, and this is the lawyer who incurred this time entry. So we could have a situation where you need to edit this bill or invoice so that it doesn't go out to the client looking this way. Now you might wish to edit the tenses, probably change preparation and review of court processes to just preparation of court processes. You may also want to change other things like round up the hours to 4 hours, for instance. And you may want to change the date or change the name of the counsel who incurred this time entry. So here we have Uche Obi. You might want to change it to Mr. Mayo Wadada, for instance. Excuse me, please. So you might want to change Mr. Uche Obi to Mr. Mayo Wadada. So all you have to do is select the name of the lawyer that you want to change it to, and then any other corrections you would like to make on this bill. So we have situations where with the engagement letter sent to the client, you stipulated that only 3 lawyers will be working on this transaction. However, you have multiple lawyers working on it, and you would like to make sure that the bill only reflects the 3 lawyers that you promised the client. So all of that can be edited, and once you're done, just click on update. Once you click on update, of course, we change preparation of court processes and we rounded up 3.5 hours to 4 hours. So all your corrections are made on the bill, and you may go ahead to calculate bill. Now, you might also have had a situation where you informed to calculate the bill, you select every entry made on the bill and then go ahead and calculate. So you might have a situation where you inform the client, albeit verbally, that the bill wouldn't be more than $20,000, for instance, and you have this coming to $25,000. So you will remove, if you just won't do, remove any entries that you feel could be overlooked, and then recalculate your bill. Kindly bear in mind that all these corrections made to the bill would not reflect on the original time entries that have been made by each client by each lawyer, sorry, and you go ahead and generate bill. But before you can do that, you have to select an approving officer for every bill because it needs to go to someone for approval. So let's use Mr. Alao Joshua, who happens to be the account officer of the system. Make sure you're done with your bill and you've crossed all the I's and you've crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's, and go ahead to generate. Are you sure you want to submit this bill? Yes. Okay. So once the bill is generated, you'll be unable to export until the approver has accepted the bill. If the bill is declined, you would of course be unable to export, but once the bill is approved, you may go ahead and export. So let's log in as Mr. Alao Joshua very quickly to either approve or decline this bill. Once I'm logged in as the approving officer for this bill, all I have to do is go to financials on my dashboard, click on revenue manager. On revenue manager, I go to generated bills and I'm able to see the bill that was just generated today. So I have the fee note, which is automatically imputed, the name of the matter and the name of the client, how much did the bill come to, who was the person, what's the date of the bill, and who is the person to approve. And then I just click on the link on the left hand side and click on edit. Excuse me. So once I see the bill, I'm able to make changes accordingly or update bill or go ahead and export. So let me go back to the bill that was generated. So I go back and I view. So once I view the bill, it shows me here that this is the fee note number, this is the time format that has been chosen. I can change this time format to an hour, 30 minutes, or 1.5 depending on client's preference. I could have the exchange rate as $350 to a naira or to my local currency as the case might be. I might want to change the bank, that I don't want GT Bank to appear on the invoice, instead I want Zenith. You can do that as well. Do I want a cover letter on the invoice? Yes. What's the template that I want the invoice to have? I want a schedule of fees with expenses. However, if you do not want all these entries, but you want the lump sum to be what will show, you just have lump sum and the bill will show as a lump sum bill. Also, if you want lump sum milestones on your bill, you could also have that as well. If you want lump sum with expenses, you can have that, or lump sum with hours. Whatever template you would like your bill to follow. If you only want the schedule of fees and you want no expenses, you could also have that as well. So let's use schedule of fees with expenses. And I view the bill and make sure that the total comes to something that is acceptable for the client to pay. And I just go ahead and approve. Now, if I would like to see the bill before approving, I could just export the bill straight up, save, and then export my bill. Open. So the bill is exported to Word because we have a situation where if you export it straight to PDF, it might change the format of the bill. So to export the bill, I view, and it shows me that this is the bill incurred for this client. So I have the name of the client, the address of the client, who am I sending this bill to at the client's office, then the date that the bill was generated, then the fee note number, which is automatically imputed into the system, the VAT number, which you provide, of course, then a breakdown of what the bill is for our professional fees, the bank to make the payment into, the cost of the bill. Please do not email checks. If you want a signature to appear as well, that would appear, then how much the bill comes to. Also, be informed that we could have your logo at the top of the page if you so desire. Then underneath, we have a breakdown. Remember that the template we chose was a schedule of fees with expenses. So underneath, we have the statement of purpose, which shows the exact particulars of those entries made, the date, the hours, the name of the counsel, in this case initials, and the cost that it came to. Underneath, if we had any expenses, it will show beneath the page. However, we do not. So what we have is a schedule of fees that shows the counsels, their initials, their designations within the firm, their total rate, total hours, and how much. And here we have our bill. So if after looking at this I'm satisfied, I could just go back and go ahead and approve the bill. If I am not satisfied, I could decline the bill and request that it is recreated by the council. That's simply how we generate bills on the system. If you are done using the system for now, you may log out. If you aren't, you can continue doing anything you would like on the system. Thank you very much.